always love it when people look at cameras like this and be like, what is that thing? Hey, there it is. That's cool. I like it. I'm really happy with that. That looks good.
That's
so
real
now,
cool.
The idea is, obviously we've been in this office, I don't know, maybe 7 months. The amount of people that come, like Matt, one of Matt's jobs, so you can see here, people do this, and like wonder what it is, and then you get like nose smudges. Oh, this is a really good, look at this one. That's a quality, that's a greasy forehead. So now people will know, hopefully, what the office is. Seat beside. Don't know why I got my sunglasses on inside, I apologise. Matt's off to grab a quick coffee for me before I hit the road. Got to do a quick trip down to Brisbane, head back to Toowoomba for a quick Zoom call, and then going to see this dude, which should be really cool. Go spend some time with my wife. But just finished our first Zoom session for the day as well. Or sorry, on-site sales training. Company I've been working with for a long time. Very exciting stuff that they're doing. Big thing here, it's always the key, is implementation, holding a higher standard, some form of accountability. But most importantly, a bit of fun. And I think that's the key. We lose fun sometimes in business. Sometimes strategy and execution and targets and KPIs outweigh fun. You can have both if you hold fun at the same high standard as everything else. And so that was quite enjoyable. It was a timely reminder. Question for you. So are you having fun at the moment? Like, are you enjoying what you're doing? Sometimes you just do have to do the groundwork and like not enjoy it. That's just part of like the apprenticeship, I think. But at the same time, if you have the opportunity to incorporate fun into what you do, you should do it. Don't be a prude. Fun is okay. It'll actually help you get better results. And the business world is screaming for it. So hence why we like to do consulting a little bit differently. Even from the way that we fit out our offices, to the way we produce content, to the way we think about it. A lot of people go, that's not very consulting-like for you. You know, you're working with these big companies all over the world with, you know, you should be really clear cut and dry and stuff, and yeah, that's fine, and we can be that, and we are that, you know, like when a serious conversation needs to be had, we have the serious conversation, but you also need to acknowledge that normally your driving sales force, more and more so, are going to be all different ages, but I guarantee every single age, regardless whether they're a millennial to a seasoned veteran in sales, they all want to have some element of enthusiasm and fun, and they want somebody that shares that and shows that they're, you know, they understand that it doesn't have to be clear cut and, you know, boring all the time. So that's why we do it differently. That's why we like to do it a bit differently, because then we actually can help our sales teams at a greater level than some prude in a suit talking about something that he read in a Harvard Business Review magazine. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. At the same time, I also know that I've got a lot to learn, and so that helps me stay fresh and nimble and agile. So, and yeah, hopefully have a coffee soon. Absolutely perfect timing. So good. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. In other news, you know my theory on hotels. What do we got here today? We've got a Nero. Looks pretty crummy from a distance, you know, not amazing. Ironing board, not bad. Slim edition, you know, nice little, you know, you can really get into that shoulder. I'm pretty impressed with that. But you know my theory on hotels. This iron, although it doesn't look great, like, let's be honest, it's not super robust. It does a great job. Look at that. 8 out of 10. Pretty good. We got a decent iron. Seaside, that's another week done. Melbourne. It's not much real insight to give you here, but it's just about simple consistency. Doing the little things over and over and over and over again. Sometimes we make sales and business. We try to make sales and business really glamorous and exciting. I don't want to talk too loud because it's 1 a.m. Thought I could hear someone snoring. Most of the time it's not that exciting, and it's just about just doing the work for long enough to get a result. And that's what I really found again today. So anyway, probably leave it there. just landed in Brisbane. I had really quite an interesting experience, and so much so this story I'm about to say has been burning on my mind that I've pulled off into an emergency stopping lane that's really busy, so good luck to me getting back out here again. But I just had to share it, I suppose, because I was leaving the airport and I was heading to pick up my car, and there was like Surf Lifesavers in the top of the terminal before you get to the car park collecting donations, and there was a family in front of me. The guy, the husband, pulled out his wallet and gave $5 to the Surf Lifesaver. She said thanks and they kept walking. And then what happened next was the craziest thing. This lady just went off at him and said, almost like burned his generosity, and said, what have they ever done for you? And I was just like flabbergasted. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Although it's probably a crazy example, maybe they got other stuff going on, I don't know, but like she just continued to pound him as far as like, why would you give him that money? Like, what have they ever done for you? And it was such a closed fist mentality and this closed thinking, and it got me thinking about just the last few weeks and what it really means to be generous. And I think so many people think about this generosity as this, you got to wait until you get something before you ever give it. And it was this concept of, or the comment of, what have they ever done for you? And I was just like, man, I suppose I just wish that, you know, this would be a good reminder for me to be continually generous, and try to encourage anyone to be continually generous with zero expected returns. That's it. That's what unlocks happiness. That's what unlocks joy. That's what unlocks just good stuff. People over profit, not profit over people. Profit is there to serve people, not people to serve profit. Like, let your character be driven by kindness and generosity and care and empathy, all of that. Like, just like going back to basics of being just good people. And I just, I suppose, had to stop in this emergency bay with a zillion cars going past, get that out of my head, and hopefully encourage you to do that more. Definitely the key. It's definitely the key to joy. It's definitely the key to good business. It's definitely the key to legacy. Like, what do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for being the greediest person on the planet, or do you want to be known for the person that cared the most, that gave the most, that listened the most, that spent 5 minutes giving people something that helped them? Do you want to change people's perceptions in a positive way? Do you want to help people get to a different place, unlock higher levels of joy and peace and satisfaction and understanding? Like, it's just that, because at the end of the day, when you're old and wrinkly and grey and on your deathbed, you're gonna really work out what matters. The sooner that you unlock that mentality, even as a young 27-year-old guy, the more, I'm telling you, the more good stuff happens, the more wholesome relationships you build. I used to be the most toxic, selfish person. Like, even 4 years ago, like, the world was about me, and I found that although that you get places and although you get stuff, you don't unlock happiness, you don't unlock joy. It's about giving, 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 with zero expected return, knowing that you sleep well at night, knowing that you gave more than you received today. Sleep well, get rest, give value, be generous, care. People over profit, not profit over people.